Hey there everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another stream on the channel. Back with another match preview. Southampton are currently beating Arsenal 2-1, which isn't ideal. We'll see how that one lasts for the rest of tonight. But yeah, today we're here to obviously preview the big game tomorrow. Wolves at home for Dean Smith's first game in charge at home as Leicester City manager. Obviously last week was that 3-1 defeat to Manchester City. I'll discuss that a little bit. But obviously tonight the main focus will be looking ahead to Wolves tomorrow, which as we all know, it's absolutely massive, pretty much must win. Obviously, if Southampton somehow beat Arsenal, we currently sit rock bottom. So, yeah, we need to try and get away from that as soon as possible. But this next week for Leicester, Wolves, Leeds and Everton are going to decide our future, really. So, yeah, massive week ahead, and it all starts with Wolves. As always, get involved in the chat, drop a like on the stream, let me know your thoughts, and yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it tonight. Gray and Leicester fan have got some very nice. They got the matching logos going on. All right, Graham. Yeah, I know. Arsenal obviously got one back, haven't they? So I'd assume they'll probably go on and not lose. But yeah, we'll have to see. Leicester fan as well. Welcome to the stream. We'll keep tabs on the Arsenal game as well. But obviously tonight is the main focus on Wolves, and it's a massive game. Obviously last week was Man City. I don't think it was too bad. First half was pretty atrocious. Ignore my hair. I need a haircut, by the way. It's far too long. But first half was awful last Saturday. But I think second half was way better. We attacked the game. And when Leicester attacked the game, we looked far better. And that's what we need to do tomorrow. We need to go into the game on the front foot, beat the team who's pressing, playing our game, sustaining attacks, which is the key thing, and really having a good go at Wolves. Obviously, Wolves are a good side or a good form right now. They beat Brentford last week 2-0, which obviously is a pretty good win. Brentford are obviously a very decent side as well. But yeah, tomorrow we need to go out there, play our game, and if we do, I think we can get a win because we beat them 4-0 earlier on. I know Wolves didn't had an interim manager then and stuff, but if Leicester, if we can play as well as we did in the last 20 minutes against Man City, should be alright. We should be good. Hello, Eva, mate. Hope you're doing all right. Not looking good tomorrow with Southampton beat Arsenal so far. Yeah, it's a sticky one. Southampton still 2-1 ahead. I think they scored in about 20 seconds, didn't they? But yeah, we'll have to see how that one goes. No excuses. We have to win tomorrow. 100% agree. Leicester for life. Welcome to the stream. Gray's going with a 2-1 Leicester win. We'll talk score predictions later, but yeah, I don't know. It's really tough one to predict. I was talking to my mate earlier today about it. It's hard to really call, really, because Wolves obviously on good form. Leicester are very difficult to predict right now because obviously that Man City game is always hard to kind of base and put a judgment on it. So you could still say Leicester are going to get the positives of that new manager bounce. So it's really hard to predict. Obviously, Leicester Wolves games, especially at the King Power, have always seemed to be low scoring. Obviously, we played them first game last year. I believe we beat them 1-0. Season before that was 1-0, and then we drew 0-0 on the opening day where I think we had a VAR ruled out goal through body or something. So they always seem to be quite low scoring. Obviously, we did beat them 4-0 earlier on this year, but back then Wolves had an interim manager. So it's hard to really judge it off that one. But yeah, I thought we were bad till I seen Leeds. Yeah, that's true. Leeds was shocking on it was Monday night, weren't it? Yeah. Obviously, I've got Leeds on Tuesday, which is absolutely massive as well. But yeah, let's get into the press conference news then. Obviously, Dean Smith spoke to the press on Thursday, I think it was. We'll go through the BBC Radio Leicester stuff. So yeah, Harvey Barnes not fit to play the game against Wolves, which is obviously disappointment. Barnsley being our top goal scorer so far this season, which is pretty mad. Elsewhere, Smith said Ricardo's still a few weeks away. Vestergaard, forget about him. Brian Bertrand has come through a under-21 game, so that's very good stuff. Tielemans also back from injury as well. Obviously, he started against Man City. It wasn't his best, but you can't really expect him to come back in and hit the ground running against Manchester City. And obviously, Sturridge did start the game as we did expect, and obviously did quite well. It looks like Smith is going to be utilising the big Turkish centre back a lot in his reign at Leicester. How long that may be, I do not know. But so yeah, there's a press conference news. No new injury concerns. Just getting Barnes back for Leeds. Obviously, Barnes does own Leeds United, so if we can get him back and cooking for that one, we'll be cooking up a feast. JJ's back. We won't play for the rest of the season. I don't think so. I did see him in training. Whatever you want, bro. The go. I think the go is fair. General G, mate. Still 2-1 to Southampton as I have a quick refresh. Leicester sitting rock bottom of the Premier League right now, which is not a good sight, is it? But yeah, we're going to have a quick look on SofaScore then and what they have said for the lineup. We'll go through the predicted lineup in a minute, really. It's going to be very interesting once again. Do we stick with a 5 at the back? Do we go to a conventional 4-3-3? Or do we go with something like a 4-4-2 to match up with Wolves? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is what SofaScore have gone with. So it is obviously Iverson in goal. We've got the back three of Sunchu, Woots, and Harry Souttar. Luke Thomas coming in at left wing back for Christensen. They go with. I thought Luke Thomas was quite good against Man City, to be fair. Not his biggest fan. Obviously, they're going with Yuri and Wilf in midfield. I don't think Ndidi should play personally. Dewsbury was contentious, and obviously they're going to Iheanacho as the lone striker. So it's interesting, really. I don't think that will be the team at all. I don't think Ndidi should play. I think Christensen will play as well. I don't really know about Dewsbury either, but I think there's no point playing Vardy up front as a lone striker because it's just not going to work, is it? But Darren England tomorrow, big up. What a boy. I'm very good, mate. If you're doing all right yourself, go for Julia. Yeah, that's it. We need to start quick. We have to start quick. If Wolves grab an early goal, we're stuffed. Really, I really believe that. So we need to get out there first 10 minutes, and I don't expect us to score, but play our game really and be a bit intense with our pressing, get at them, put them under pressure, and put our stamp on the game. Get the fans behind the players, and then we're well in the game, we're well in the chance of getting the result. But if we start the game slowly, lethargic, just like we did against Man City, really, just like we did especially against Bournemouth, you're stuck really. So yeah, we need to go out there and start quick, just as Grace said. I went to 1-0 Leicester. Bit of a board draw. Yeah, that's probably going to be about it. Oh, Jesus. The GOAT, what did you predict? We'll have to wait till later, mate. We'll have to wait till later. I've got a beautiful score picture coming in for us. Yeah, there's no point playing a low block. Score predictions, mine 2-1 to Leicester, 2-2. Yeah, I see that. If Brendan has played Iheanacho, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Potentially. I don't know about... I think Iheanacho is tough, really. I think against Man City, linked the play quite nicely. But the thing is, with Iheanacho, you have to have runners. If you don't have runners, you're not going to get anywhere. So we need... tomorrow, if Iheanacho does start up, whoever's playing wing back, I have to be bombed on. It's very, very high. Obviously, James Maddison can get higher, but he's not really that player to run in behind. So you need width and you need runners from midfield as well. So if Iheanacho just playing that lone role, you need players to come forward, because if not, Iheanacho is going to drop deep and receive the ball, and then you got no outball. Obviously, when Barnes returns back, that's the obvious pass to Barnes who can get at them. But yeah, defensively for Wolves, I think we can get the centre back pairing of Craig Dawson and Kilman is obviously quite experienced, but it is quite leggy. It's quite slow. I think going forward, they're going to cause us some issues. Obviously, you got Diego Costa, who's an obvious threat. Be good battle between him and Harry Souttar. Obviously, got Mateus Nunes, who has came in doing quite well. I think he did score. He's on the thumbnail, obviously. And Mario Lemina, I didn't even know he was playing. But yeah, Wolves have got a lot of strength in depth, really. I can't see them being in a relegation fight now. I think they're fine. Diego Costa is actually a doubt for the game. As you can see, the Leicester injuries there. Way harder than anybody else. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the league table. See, Leicester currently still rock bottom. Cheers, Arsenal. Don't want you to win the league. Want you to win one game the whole season, and you can't. Beautiful stuff. Put Pratt in for KDH. Yeah, I don't know about it. That's tough. I want to see what you guys think. Let us know. Does Dewsbury start tomorrow? I really don't. The only reason why I think he should start is just because of his legs. And against Man City, obviously we're sitting back and he couldn't really press us high. But if Leicester do want to set the press, it usually seems to be the striker and then Dewsbury and then we go. So yeah, I think Dewsbury could play for his pressing game, but I just think technically I don't think he's as good as someone like Dennis Pratt. But then again, did start against Man City, and it's not down to favourites. Dean Smith looked at the players and obviously selected them, so we'll have to see. But personally, I would go with Pratt. I would, but I just think the pressing with Pratt is slightly restricted. But then again, do you play Mendy? You're gonna have Tillemans in there. Do you play Maddison on the? I don't know. I can't see us playing as wingers tomorrow. I really think it'll be a fight. I think it will be a five at the back. To be fair, who's different? Leicester fan. I know it's the same, innit? And did he out Mendy in? I agree. Mendy should be in the team for tomorrow. So you guys backing Mendy to come in? I do agree. I just think Ndidi just made far too mistakes recently, and this end of the season, you can't really be making the mistakes. You know, you can't you do need a slight bit of luck, and you got players like Ndidi in there who have always got mistaken, and even Mendy, his ball playing ability is so much better. Obviously, Diddy is stereotypically the man who's going to make the tackles and stuff, but I read a stat the other day. In the last 2 games, he hasn't made a single tackle. So you know what I mean? I think Mendy starts tomorrow. I think Tielemans should start as well. And then obviously it's down to preference really. Do you go James Maddison? Do you go with another midfielder or not? Because obviously SofaScore have gone with a very attacking formation. Actually, no, they haven't. This is quite interesting actually. Do we go with something like this? Obviously, they've got Maddison, Dewsbury, who are very narrow. Obviously, usually you could play I don't know, a 4-3. Yeah, it's interesting. That is. I don't know. That formation does seem a bit odd. We don't really see it too much, but could work. I think with the players we've got, that's probably the best thing we could probably go with, really. So, yeah, I think maybe something like that. Maybe Dennis Pratt here, and then you go like that. But just like I said, it's so dependent on the wing backs pushing forward. And if Luke Thomas starts, I don't think you can be getting forward as much. But then defensively, obviously, you've got the threat of Nelson Semedo and Mateus Nunes on the other side. So it's that balance really of how far you go forward, but then you want to don't be as exposed defensively. But I think with the three centre backs, whoever's playing on the outside, it's probably going to be Wu and Sunchu. They need to be out there. Obviously, then you need the midfielders to drop in, and if you make one mistake, you stuff. So it's risky stuff. It will be risky stuff. Josh, where do you think we'll be if we had Haaland? But it depends if you're playing. If we have Haaland, I don't think we'll be in the relegation zone, but I don't think it'll be much better, really, because we can't really seem to create too many chances. Vardy benched, yeah, but I hope so. Yeah, it should be the case, shouldn't it? How about Arsenal still flipping losing? Madness. Yeah, I think we all know that Vardy just doesn't work. I still think he'll get one more important goal this season, but I don't know if he'll come from the starting lineup. But I just think with Ian actually, he just offers a lot more, and it's something a bit different. I think people have kind of worked Vardy out a bit more, especially now his pace has gone a bit up. He did score against Wolves, didn't he? But yeah, I don't think Vardy should play. Benderak is injured and wants to still come back on the pitch, but then he's subbed. I think happy about that one. I don't blame Southampton for trying to waste some time. That's why I hate Arsenal. Yeah, gotta be honest. I don't like Arsenal at all. And the one game I want them to win, one game, and they can't. You're gonna put your life on them beating Southampton, wouldn't you? Anyway, boys, it don't matter. Leicester staying up, okay? Leicester is staying up, but yeah, I just think team selection is going to be interesting again. I don't think Dean Smith would have been particularly happy with the first half performance, and that's why he made so many changes against Man City. Obviously, I think he made it 5, didn't he? Obviously, Luke Thomas came on, I think, which is the right decision. I think Christensen was fantastic. I expect Tielemans to probably play the full 90 potentially, or a bit more than Man City, and then obviously play the full 90 against Leeds. But this game is just so important. It's absolutely massive. There's nothing. We just have to get 3 points. Nothing less. Has to be 3 points. I don't think a draw is a good result at all. Forest go to Liverpool, so if Southampton do win, we have to get a win tomorrow, because if not, we're going to be well far adrift. And and then we've got Leeds on Tuesday, and then Monday we've got Everton. If we don't win at least 2 of them games, I believe we're gone. So these next 3 games are absolutely gargantuan, people. Gargantuan stuff. But yeah, talking of the league table, then I'm going to quickly pop that up on the screen just to see how bad it kind of is, because it's kind of gone away a little bit. I'm not going to lie. A few weeks ago, everyone was banging on about how good the relegation zone is, but there is a bit of a gap starting to grow around this area here. Bournemouth are almost 10 points clear, which is crazy to me. Win tomorrow would put us on to 28. Everton have got Crystal Palace. Leeds have got Fulham. Everton Palace is an interesting one. I don't think Leeds will beat Fulham, but yeah, 28 points could take us outside the relegation zone. I don't think Forest will win, and then obviously depends on Everton and stuff. But yeah, no, actually would take us out against Everton on 27. So yeah, if we can get a win tomorrow, then we've got Leeds away, win that, I think we'll be all right, because then we'll probably break out into this category. But it all depends on the games, really. That's half time. Like I said, Fulham got them. Palace Everton's tough to predict. I can't see Forest getting a result at Anfield, but you never know. And obviously, Bournemouth got West Ham, which is a massive game. And I think a draw in that game could probably be best for us. But yeah, I just hope both teams can do is to be fair in that one. But yeah, we need to get a result tomorrow. 7 wins all season. But yeah, we can't get caught adrift. That's the thing. I'm just scared of this gap between Leeds and West Ham growing, and you got Palace who are flipping 3 points behind Chelsea now. They were right down here a few weeks ago, so yeah, it's one of them. But hopefully, new manager bounce, get the results going, and I think we'll be all right. The idea against Man City was to stay in the game as long as possible. We blew that out of the water, but the second half looked a lot better. We have to take that second performance into tomorrow, and that's the thing. I don't think we should. Obviously against Man City, most teams go there, sit back, and just like you say, try and play out for as long as you can. But it just Leicester sitting back just doesn't work. It really doesn't. And as soon as you concede one goal and you continue to sit back, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. But overall, I think if you look at Man City, though, well, I don't like using expected goals and stuff, but obviously we did have more. They had a penalty which counts for 0.8, I think. I think Arbus had to make 1 save. So if you look at that, it's not actually too bad, really. Obviously, John Stones scored a great goal. Haaland penalty, then obviously that Wilfred Ndidi mistake, and that's the key thing. Those small mistakes can cost us, and if that's a 1-1 game, and Wolf or whoever, I don't want to single them out, but whoever makes that mistake, you know what I mean, it can be so costly, and that's what we just got to avoid them things right now. Overall we need a faultless performance, really, which isn't going to happen. But yeah, we're far too passive first half against Man City. Yeah, 100%. I can't really remember a single attack, really. The only thing I can remember from the first half was chanting, "We've got the ball, we've lost the ball, we've got the ball, we've lost the ball." Yeah, to be fair, Brentford have kind of fell off there a little bit. Brentford and Fulham, not too many people talk about Fulham, but Fulham have absolutely fallen off a cliff. But yeah, Brentford have kind of gone off a little bit as well. Obviously, they lost to Wolves 2-0 last week. And yeah, you know what? Let's have a quick look at Wolves, because they've obviously turned things around. They've got a few wins in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, let's take a quick look at our opponents tomorrow. Wolverhampton Wanderers. So obviously they beat Brentford at home, beat Chelsea at home, which is obviously 2 massive wins. Draw against Forest. They lost to Leeds, lost to Newcastle. That's the thing. If Forest can get a point, surely we can get at least a point. You know what I mean? Away from home, they haven't been fantastic. You know what I mean? Lost to Newcastle, lost to Liverpool, drew to Fulham, lost to Bournemouth at home there, just about beat Southampton. Lost to Man City, obviously. Lost to Forest there. Lost to Liverpool, I think, in that one. So away from home, they aren't really. I think the last win away from home was this win against Everton, weren't it? So yeah, I think based on that, if you look at it statistically, we should be okay. But football isn't always played in statistics, but you can't just base it off the match results, so can you? But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes, boys and girls, because I don't know, there's not as much to really discuss today. Obviously, I had a Man City, it was all Dino's first game, but yeah, I think today is just, I don't know, there's not as much to talk about. It's really hard to predict where this game's going to go, because it really could go absolutely anyway. So we just have to wait and see what happens, because it's 5 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be going live after the game, so feel free to tune into that for instant match reaction. But hopefully, we can talk about an 8th win of the season, which is mental. But yeah, boys and girls, great with a final comment. Sure, yeah, let's not think about that one. Let's not think about that. But yeah, boys, that's where I'm gonna wrap up tonight's stream. Sorry that it is a bit of a short one, but yeah, I just don't really have too much other things to really go through tonight. I don't think there's too much to really discuss. Just like I said, it's a tough game to go through, tough game to analyse. So I have to see what happens to run up. Yeah, thank you for calling, boys. Massively appreciated. Make sure to drop a like if you have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. If you watch this video back on playback, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I'll see you boys tomorrow night for the instant match reaction after Leicester City beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 3-2. That's my score prediction. I'll see you later. Up the Leicester, Dean Smith's Blue-Eyed Army.